I remember when there was once a moment where crypto lay dormant. Well, that isn't this time right now. This moment is a catapulting potential moment. Yes, we might have had some pullbacks recently, but those pullbacks don't actually make all that big a difference in the larger and more macro perspective. So, where are we in this cycle and what should we be doing now? This video today is going to be kept super simple. We're going to have a look at a few simple metrics that tell us and indicate to us where we are right now, and as difficult as it may be, what you should possibly be doing at this moment. If you appreciate that, well, then make sure you are subscribed to the Crypto Bliss community, because I have been talking about what is actually going on in this moment right now. Well, my friends, we have Apple, Google, Amazon, nation states, you name it, coming into the space right now. So if you are not fully prepared for what we're about to see, you ain't gonna make the money that we are all here to make. So let's not waste another single second, another moment in this journey. Starting off with the fear and greed index, we have been in the fear territory for some time now, and usually in times of fear is a great time to accumulate. In times of greed, that's a good time to take some profits. In times of neutral, means that you can put some bucks into a spot neutral grid trade, right? Make some money there. Super simple, guys. When the market's trading sideways, get a bot that does sideways. Let it sculpt for you while you sit there and just enjoy your time with yourself and your family. The banter bubbles have been absolutely blowing up. We've had coins that have come out of nowhere. APLHA has popped into space, but literally, as you can see in the last week, we have seen altcoins bleed 30%, 53%, 17% on hype. My friends, wow, we have seen just absolute bloodshed. APLHA is up on the month. MYX is also up on the month. Wow, we're seeing things pump, but we're also seeing things dump. So is this time right now a time for us to make some cash? Yeah, buy these ones on the dip, my friends. I've been buying and accumulating these babies on the dip. Obviously, there's so much that you can do, so let that so much do what it needs to do, right? Because with the US national debt clock absolutely pumping non-stop to the upside, you know, we have pumped in about $537 billion. I mean, last night when I actually did the first recording of this video, we had this at 33, but now it's at 37. So in a few hours, we've added a couple $4 billion to this market. This is continuing to just cruise up at the moment. So therefore, M2 global liquidity is just continuing to grow because the global liquidity is mostly backed by the dollar right now. And hence, therefore, when you are starting to look at your rainbow chart, you can see here right now on Bitcoin, we're actually in the still cheap zone here. If we have a little bit of a zoom into this section here, you can see we're actually still hanging out at the still cheap level. Now, I don't think we're going to go below this level. I think that right now that's a very good level to look through and see where we're at. Look at how we broke below and then bounced straight back up, retested it, bounced straight back up, retesting it now twice, and we're kind of dipping a little bit below it. But really the truth is, my friends, is that when we see Bitcoin eventually explode up and to the right, because I guess that's all charts do, we're expecting a potential for the markets to behave in the following manner. This is currently Bitcoin's quarterly returns. We can see here that on the quarter 4 section, we have between 52% being the median and the average about 85%. On Q1, it's generally the median is -1% and the average is 51%. Normally people sell in December, so we'll have a look at that in a short moment, but usually Q4 pumps like crazy, my friends. And yes, we do have a little bit of a sell-off. You can see there's more red months in January in Q1 than we do have in Q4. Q2 also seems to pump a little bit, but Q4 is the bigger pump of the lot, right? It seems to be the most bullish month. Now, the monthly returns generally in December, you can see that most profits are taken in December. We then have a little bit of buyback come in January and February, and then some more sell and go away in kind of your May, June areas. August, September seem to be the worst months for Bitcoin. So my friends, all I say to you is that October being the most green, November being the second most green, February being the third most green, I would expect us to continue. I would expect a huge sell-off in December though. You can see here, usually there's a huge sell-off in December. I would just caution you about that. And that's why I draw back here. So if we're to hit, if we are on the rainbow chart, as you can see previously, in all other cycles, we managed to get into the very red maximum bubble territory, right? So if we're to do that by May, let's call it the end of March, the end of April this year, okay? That's the end of April this year, okay? We could hit 356,000 to 478,000 on the Bitcoin price in the top red. If we were to only go to the kind of the lighter orange, or the dark orange, excuse me, 356 to 274 to 356,000. The lighter orange, 214,000 to 274,000. Meaning that whether we like it or not, Bitcoin at 110,000 right now is going to double, very likely, before the end of the cycle. Maybe we don't hit 1 million right now, but I do want to show something to you in this format right here. We want to see 2035, right? So let us zoom out here and let us go and have a look. This chart goes all the way back into 2035 right up here. No, it doesn't go all the way back up. But by the time we hit 2030, 2029, which would be the next peak bull cycle somewhere around this area, Bitcoin would be in that bubble territory between 780 and $1 million, my friends. That's a 10x, 7 to 10x from where we are today. So why would you not wait until you could actually do some amazing work? And even be prior to the halving, if we were to come back down into the blue territory down here before kind of 2027, that territory is at $71,000 to $92,000 Bitcoin. Okay, I don't know if we'll go that low ever again, or going below 100,000. That's just my honest view, but it doesn't mean it can't happen. But at that point, if you don't have liquidity to buy back more Bitcoin at that price, my friend, you won't be understanding what you'll be missing out. I mean, at that price, if you're going to buy at whatever, call it 90,000 even, if you're going to buy it at 90,000 and it's going to go up to 900,000, that's a 10x in your next cycle, my friends, from the low. Just saying. And Ethereum starts to look very much the same here now, my friends. So Ethereum, bubble territory, bubble territory. If we're to hit the same bubble territory somewhat in the end of April, we could be on Ethereum anywhere between 16,000 and 23,400. On the orangey, the dark orange, we could be between 11.5 to 16.5. Okay, wow, my friends, we could be very high on Ethereum. And then the same thing for the bear market bottom. I mean, we could come all the way back down in Ethereum. I mean, and we never hit the blue zone down here. We didn't hit it down here. So what makes you think we're going to hit it here? So we could probably end up anywhere between $1,500 to $3,200 at the bottom of the next cycle for Ethereum. That is currently where we're hovering above at the moment. So I think you see where it is that we're going. Not only that, we actually have altcoin season at 73 right now, and as you can see, when we do have the remainder of altcoin seasons, generally we have this massive pressure through. So we've had resistance since February. We tried to get in there once again in November, sorry, that was January 23. Then we had again November 30th, and then we had now we've got this cycle that's trying to get through here at the moment. Boom, we break through and run up here into the 100 odd level every single time there is an altcoin season. And as you can see here, this altcoin season happened in early April. This altcoin season started happening in August. This one here happened in January. So we've got between now and January to make some absolute insane gains, that killer capital. Now, what I do want to bring to your attention is that this phenomenal others crypto chart, as you can see, what it's doing for us is it's telling us these are the highs here. And what you can see that this high, when you pull the Fibonacci from that high down to the bottom, look at where the Fibonacci on the crypto others market cap total, excluding top 10 and excluding Bitcoin, obviously, and Ethereum. So excluding all the top 10, meaning pretty much the rest of the liquidity. It all pumped right through the ceiling here on the 4.618. Now, according to this line here, we could pretty much maybe get up to this level up here, which is about a 3.5x to get to this $1 trillion level on the others. Now, I personally, if we see this happen here once again, a breakthrough on the Fibonacci, I mean, that could really bring us as up to kind of $2 to $3 trillion, smash through and then hard pull back down. I mean, you literally just have one very, very hard rally on this, my friends. I would expect us to probably rally up to this level, pull back down very hard this way, and then head on up to the north side. With Bitcoin dominance confirming its breakthrough of this long trend sloping line here, we are very likely going to continue the cascading fall down. Now, we tend to want to pull up a little bit, and then all of a sudden the next few months, boom, 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 out, boom, 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 out. Okay, so out of Bitcoin and into altcoins, and that is busy happening right now. As you can see, others starting to increase the higher lows and higher highs on the chart here. Now, if you want to trade with me, make sure to use my Bybit link down below. I've been pumping into other trades. Now, some of my trades are bleeding. The Asta one, silly trade, but it is what it is. I'm down now 75% on that. I might add some more margin a little bit lower to this, but yeah, I might just cut my losses and walk away as well. I do have multiple other trades here. BTC USD, Solana, those I entered in yesterday. They're down ever so slightly at the moment, but really they are at a very, very beautiful level right now for entry. In my personal view, you can see here a bit of a shoulder, a bit of a head, and a shoulder starting to form. Breakout on this level probably brings us back up to the $4,500 on Ethereum up here. Okay, now I've also entered into a number of bot trades. You can see here's my Asta bot. You can see that I've got all the way down here in case we do have some sort of cascading liquidating effect. And this is a spot dollar cost average bot that I do have here on the chart. You can see that I've already gained about $6.5 or 3.2%. The trade has been open for a day. It is coming down right now because it probably took some profits over here. And then, yeah, right now we've entered into there. I wouldn't be surprised we're going to break this level. It does look like it's going to break this level right now. So I'd expect us to continue to cascade probably into this zone, picking up these buy entries and then making a move up here to take some juicy, delicious profits. Now, I do have other bots here that are open as well. You can use my Bybit link down below, get yourself up to $30,000 deposit bonus. Some bots I've added $50. I went in yesterday. My Cardano bot's a bit down since yesterday. My AVAX grid bot is up a little bit. My Aster bot, you can see it's the one I just showed you, is down 7% right now. Say is at 1.5%. So we're pretty much dropping just a little bit at the moment, which is perfect time for these bots to pick up on more trades at lower and more improved entries. And that could potentially lead us to much higher gains and much higher profits earned on those bots. Those are making me money right now while I'm sleeping, while I'm eating, while I'm making this video and editing this video for you. And if you want to know more about those bots, well, go ahead and use my Bybit link down below. Go check those bots out for yourself and see what it is that they can do for you. In the meantime, thank you for being here with me. Make sure you are subscribed to the Crypto Bliss community. And if you enjoyed this video, because right now I'm showing to you the macro, I'm telling you macro is in a very good place for a buying opportunity with nation states and all of the announcements that I have been making to you, that Trump, Apple, strategy, Tom Lee, you know, all of these companies have been making to you. You don't want to be missing out on the action here on the Crypto Bliss community, because I'm constantly sharing videos with you here to make sure that you are kept up to date on where the markets are at and how you can benefit and profit from it. So make sure you are part of that community. Obliterate the like button for me if you are still here, and we'll see you on the next one.